Welcome to the Great Awakening Ministry. I am Minister and Yogini Joanne Lee. And on this week's show, we have the world-renowned conscious teacher, Peter Russell. Peter is the author of How to Meditate Without Even Trying and 11 other books, including Letting Go of Nothing and From Science to God. He is a teacher of meditation for more than 50 years. He believes the critical challenge of today is freeing human thinking from limiting beliefs and attitudes that lie behind many of our problems, personal, social, and global. He has inspired thousands through his talks, teachings, retreats, and popular online courses. In this show, Peter discusses what if meditation didn't require discipline, intense concentration, or hours of sitting still, but was actually something you could look forward to. He tells us the harder we try to meditate, the more we get in our own way. For when our attention wanders, we may concentrate harder to keep distracting thoughts at bay, but usually to no avail. The essence of the practice is to simply allow the mind to relax so that we can be more in the present moment.
UK Health Radio, the station that makes you feel good.
Hey Peter, welcome to the Great Awakening Show.
Thank you.
It's lovely for you to be here. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this one because, I've been meditating for many years. So I'm going to just give you all the questions and I just can't wait. And thank you for writing your book, How to Meditate Without Even Trying.
Yes.
Peter, first of all, the first question that I'd like you to ask is, Peter, please tell us what meditation means to you and how meditation benefits all of us.
Great. Well, first, there are many, many different types of meditation. So the types I'm interested in, what it means for me, is I think just sitting quietly with yourself. Sitting quietly with yourself. However, that sounds, that's so simple. I can sit quietly with myself until you come to do it. And then you find, actually, it's not as easy. I get distracted. All these things happen. And so the book is really about how to deal with a lot of these distractions that get in the way of you just sitting quietly by yourself. Yeah.
Yes. And what are the benefits of doing that? What are the benefits of quieting our mind in that still mind state?
Yeah, many. First of all, I think just having a break, a mental break. We're so busy these days, so many of us, and get busier and busier. And it's like having a mini vacation in like 15, 20 minutes. People say, I'd love to go on vacation, love to go on holiday, but, I don't have time. But, we can do that each day. And so that alone is good. It helps us unwind from stress. It brings us back to a calmer state of mind. It feels easier. We come out of the meditation like just feeling that much easier and calmer. So that's the immediate benefit right there and then. And then that has many effects through our lives. I mean, obviously, we know how much stress is behind many of our illnesses. And if we can begin to release stress as it builds up during the day, just release that, it's going to have an effect on our health, on various areas of our life, on relationships, on creativity. But basically, long term, we just begin to feel better generally in life. We just feel better, feel more at ease, feel more contented in life.
Yes, definitely. When I meditate, I always, I just go in and I just feel that beautiful light, that divine love light energy coming in, always coming in, and it just fills me up, and it's so blissful. It's such if I don't do it every day, it's like I get out of alignment. It brings us into that mind, body, soul alignment, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yes. I mean, the way I put it, like it's coming home. It feels like coming home to myself. It's like, here I am. Here's my body. We become conscious of just the simple fact there's a body with various sensations in it. We're so often we're so busy doing what we're doing, thinking, planning, worrying, or whatever it is we're doing, thinking, we lose sight of the body. We lose sight of the present moment. We're in some imagined world, talking about the past or the future or some complete imagined world. And we lose touch with it. And so just that stopping. I mean, as soon as you stop,
Mm.
there's the body. There's the body. And there's also maybe sounds around you, that sort of thing. But you're right. It's just coming back and bringing us back in alignment with our body, aligning the mind and body together.
Yes. Yes. And it's just stopping doing. It's being.
It is.
And,
It's
and
absolutely.
isn't it being? It's like knowing thyself. It's like we cleanse our body with water. We cleanse our body with food. We've got to cleanse our mind, haven't we?
Yeah.
Um, I believe of negativity and stress and all of that, what you said, through just easing that and then having
Yeah.
that peace of mind.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Mm.
And we need that. We all need that. Just to step back. You're right. I mean, our culture is so busy doing. I mean, most of our lives we're doing something or other. Unless we're fortunate enough to be sitting in a park looking at a wonderful sunset or something. But most of the time we're doing. And one of the problems with meditation, we bring that attitude of doing to meditation, which doesn't really help. So
Yes,
for me, meditation is a time to not do anything. We're obviously not doing anything physically because we're sitting down, we're not engaged in the world, we're not doing anything there, but not doing in the mind. Because our whole consciousness is do this, do that, control this, get this, whatever. It's like I can step out of that doing mode for a
yes.
while.
You can
And that's
believe,
why it's so,
yeah, yeah. No, you can let go of all your problems,
yeah.
let
And
go of the stress. Yeah.
that's why it's so refreshing. It's so refreshing. I mean, I sometimes, I come out of meditation, I feel, phew, it's like having sort of 20 minutes vacation,
Yes.
20 or a week, like a weekend's vacation in 20 minutes.
Well,
Sometimes it just feels that marked difference.
yes. That's what they say, don't they? The Buddhists say that it's like recharging your battery.
Yeah.
You recharge your battery when you do that. And I think the more that you meditate, the less sleep that you need.
Yes. I think so because we build up a sleep debt and we need to just, when we meditate, it's like, I'm getting that rest that we get in sleep. And
Mm.
so if you're getting some of that deep rest in the day, then it's going to mean you're not going to sleep so much probably.
Yeah.
So it really is, it's giving the physical system, just that deep, deep rest that
Yes.
we need.
Because when you're in deep meditation, all your bodily systems calm down. The heart rate
Yes.
lowers, your
Yes.
breath, lower everything, all the functions, everything, doesn't it? You know,
Yes. And research has shown it's actually the exact opposite to the stress response. In the stress response, blood pressure goes up, heart rate goes up, muscles become tense, the eyes change, all of this happens. They've shown in meditation, and this work's been going on for years, that when you meditate, the opposite happens.
mhm.
Blood pressure goes down, heart rate goes down, muscles relax. So it's the exact opposite to the stress response. And so in a way, it's just learning a way to trigger that, the
Yes.
opposite, trigger the relaxation. They call it the relaxation response.
Yeah, I love that. That's so good. That's amazing. And and tell us a little bit about your amazing book, How to Meditate Without Even Trying, and what inspired you to write that book.
Yeah. Firstly, what inspired me is I've been involved in meditation, teaching meditation, practicing meditation for most of my adult life. And I've given courses, I run groups, I've given lectures, I've made videos, but I've never gathered it all together in one place. There's lots of little bits, things I've discovered. And I realized I just want to put this all together in one place so that it's there for people to read and learn from. So all that I put in the book is really stuff I've discovered from my own experience of meditating. So it's not about what other people have said or anything or any teaching. I steer clear of any philosophical, metaphysical teaching. It's just
Yes,
very, very basics about how to let the mind relax.
yes,
Yeah. And so how to meditate without even trying, because if you try to meditate, the trying itself makes the mind a little tense. It's going in the opposite direction to relaxing. And
Because you're
yet,
doing. Yeah, you're doing, you're trying, you're doing.
yes, and yet everybody who comes to meditation, we have the idea, it's in the system that, meditation takes effort. You got to try hard. You've got to practice for a long time. And so there's that thing of you, it's going to take a lot of effort. And particularly when people start meditating, I notice the mind going off, babbling away to yourself. You think, oh, I've got to try to stop that. No one ever says you have to stop the mind thinking. It's like you have to learn how to let it relax and die down. So any trying gets in the way. And so the book is about various ways of noticing when you're trying, filtering out the effort, um, noticing when you're getting stuck in some resistance or emotions, all the little things that can come up in meditation that seem to be a disturbance. And it's like learning how to work with them and how to let them go. So you can keep coming back to, here I am in the
Yeah.
present moment. This is nice. And then something comes up and you're off again. It's like many different things can come up, and just like
Yes.
recognizing here's a way to let go. So a lot of it is about ways to let go of some of the things that come up in meditation. Because ultimately, I think meditation is letting go. It's just really letting go.
Surrendering to the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why that analogy of the blue sky is
Yes.
a state of meditation. And then
Yeah.
the cloud will come over, and that's going to be a thought. As you're always going to get thoughts that come until you've really, really been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
But allow that thought to come, but then
Yeah.
don't get attached to that thought, because then another
Right.
thought will come and another thought will come.
Right.
Just allow it to go. Allow
Yeah.
it.
When what I suggest to people is just you can just choose not to follow it. The basis of the way I practice meditation is when you notice you've drifted off on a thought. I mean, when you're in a thought, you don't notice it because you're engaged in the thought. When you notice a thought, it's like, oh, I've been thinking. You're already back in the present because you're present to the fact you've been thinking. And then what I suggest is just choose not to follow that thought any further. You can come back to it later if you want, but just choose there and then not to follow that thought any further. And you'll notice here's the present moment, and just become interested again in the present moment, what's here in the present moment. And the thoughts, by the way, we now understand what's happening in the brain. Why, when you sit to meditate, you have all these thoughts coming in. And it's due to something which is called the default mode network in the brain, which is normally when you're focused on a task, the attention is focused. You don't have many thoughts except maybe what you're doing because you're focused on it. When you stop focusing, which is what's happening in meditation, you'll stop focusing on doing something. The brain goes into the default mode network. And it used to be thought of as the idle mode, but it's not idle at all. But in this mode, lots of different thoughts start coming up. And so it's completely natural to have thoughts in meditation when you stop the doing, stop the focusing, stop the task. It's completely natural for thoughts to come in.
Mm.
So the first thing I say, don't feel you've gone wrong or blame yourself because you can't stop thoughts coming in. It's a completely natural response of the brain. And then the thing is to learn how to respond to that when you have thoughts, and not trying to block them out or stop them coming in, but just making this choice. Okay, right now, I'm not going to follow you any further. I'm just going to be interested in the present moment again. And then a thought comes in, maybe the same thought. So what you're doing is you're just coming back to being in the present. Now, normally, one thought leads to another, and we just go off on long mental discussions with ourselves. This way, what we're doing is we're interrupting that flow. People call it the monkey mind. We're like interrupting the monkey mind. Here's the monkey mind. It's like, okay, pause, step back from it. It comes back. But rather than having it continue all the way, we're just coming back, coming back, coming back.
Yeah.
And then the mind naturally begins to settle down.
Yes.
I mean, I sometimes use an analogy of if you've got a campfire and you're putting logs on the campfire, it keeps burning.
Hmm.
If you stop putting logs on, it gradually dies down.
That's
And
right.
it's the same with the mind. If we stop putting logs on, by which I mean, that thought, we stop following the thought, just come back. We're not exciting the mind to keep on thinking. And so gradually it settles down of its own accord.
Yes.
You don't have to do anything to
Mm,
make the mind quiet. You can't. But if you do this practice, it's gradually the
mm,
mind becomes quiet, and you realize after like 10 minutes, oh, it
yeah.
is a lot quieter, a
Yes.
lot quieter.
And and that's the key word. The key word is practice. You know, I've been meditating for years, and now I go for a long time, and now I go into it quite quickly, that
Mhm.
present beautiful state.
Yeah.
It doesn't take me long at all to get there.
Mhm.
And then, and you can just feel it. It's like, vroom. Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's that present moment. But that present moment is all really there is. There is no real past and future. The now is so important. As
Yeah.
Eckhart Tolle says, there is only now.
Yeah.
There is only
Yeah.
now. And
Right.
everything is possible in the now, because the next thought you have is changing your future in the now. It's so
Yeah.
mm,
Exactly. Exactly. And all our memories are happening now. When
mm,
we have a memory, it's happening in the present moment. When we say we're not being present, what we mean is our attention is not on the present moment. Our attention is on some memory or something that's about to happen,
yeah,
preparing. So our attention is on the past or future. That's what we mean when we say we're not being present. But that's happening in the present moment. In the present moment, our attention is not on the present moment. It's on, whatever it is that's going on. So
that's
yes,
yeah.
and yeah, it's coming back. There is only now,
Mm,
and then yeah, and so that's what I basically show in the book is just that it's coming back to now.
yeah. It's
Or
the
as Ram Dass said, be here now. It's that
yeah,
simple. Be
be here now. I love that book. That was wonderful. His book, Be Here Now,
yes,
and
yes,
the present moment is just, it's just that's what it is. All there is the now, and everything.
yeah,
It's powerful. That powerful moment, isn't it?
right, right,
Of and it's being with our true self in this moment,
yes,
not the
yes,
ego self, which is
right,
out there,
right,
dealing with everything, the
yeah,
personality, the ego personality, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, if you start looking at your thoughts that come in, and don't just doing this in meditation, but just generally in life, if you look at the thoughts that come up like that, most of them are egoic thoughts. It's like, how can I control this? How can I get this? What would happen to me if that happened? Or I'm doing well. Isn't this great? I had a good conversation with this person yesterday. Whatever it is, the thoughts are mainly egoic thoughts. So in meditation, when we're not following the thoughts anymore, we're stepping back from the ego mind. So each time you come back to the present, you're stepping back from an egoic thought to just being here now in the present moment. And so gradually you're learning how it is to be without those ego. The ego is basically trying to keep you safe. That's what it's there for. It's trying to keep you safe. And most of the time it's totally unnecessary and gets in the way.
Yeah,
There are times when it's very, very necessary. So people say, I've got to get rid of my ego. No,
um,
you don't want to get rid of your ego. It's very
no,
useful. It's just a bit out of control and comes in when you don't want it,
that's
90%
right.
of the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so, and when you do that, the ego mind's gone, but you haven't gone. This is the point. You are still there. The ego mind has gone, but here I am experiencing the present moment. And that is not egoic thought. And it's that sense of the I am that is here in this moment is the same I am that was there yesterday, 10 years ago, as far back as I can remember, way back. That sense of me-ness, that sense of I am is the same.
yep,
I have changed, my values have changed, my personality has changed, lots of things have changed. But that sense of I am, which is really the essence of being, is
it's the
always the
yeah,
same. And so in meditation, we're beginning to come back to that and notice that as the ego drops away, it's like, I'm still here. Here I am. But not caught up in all that weird preparing, wanting, doing stuff.
yes, and that is the the true self, isn't it?
Yeah,
The true
yeah,
divine self.
yeah. I prefer to use the word pure self. It's very subtle, but I'm always a stickler with words. I tell you why. When I first started getting into this years ago, and I was reading the Upanishads and things, and they were talking about the true self, I got the impression that I was going to discover some other self, the true self, that this self isn't the real self, and that there is a true self, which led me to the idea it's something different. And then I gradually came to realize it's just, I call it the pure self. It's the self without all these things that go on, without all the dressing of the ego mind. So it actually feels, and this is important because it actually feels the same. I
Yes.
mean, how it feels,
Mm.
the me that is caught up in the ego, it feels the same sense of me. It is just the I am.
It's
So
the
it's,
Yeah, the soul
no,
consciousness, isn't it? It's
yeah,
the soul consciousness, the observing, looking out, because we are not our
yeah,
thoughts and we are not our feelings.
right,
But they're transient, they come and go. But the
right,
true pure self is is eternal.
right. And
Is eternal.
yeah, you're just noticing the self in its pure form without all the dressing that goes on. So that's it. It's a technical thing, but for me, when I realized, pure self for me is a better word than
Yeah.
words that take us off looking for something different.
Yeah.
It's no, I'm not looking for something different. I'm just looking
You
for
found it.
what is already there. I'm
Yeah,
just
you
uncovering.
found it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. You don't have to go anywhere. It's already within you. It's who we are. It's the
It's who
divine
it,
spark. It's the spark, isn't it? The
yeah,
soul. It's
yeah.
like, wow.
It's who you are. It's who you
Yes.
are. It's your essential being. We
Yes.
talk about being. I am is the first person of the verb to be.
Yes.
I am, you are, he is, she is, whatever. That's the first person of the verb to be. So when we say I am, period, not I am Peter Russell, blah, 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 blah,
Mm,
but it's I am, period, we're just stating how it is to be.
that's
How the
right.
being on a personal level is I am. Oh, I sometimes say just amming. We get like I am implies there's an I that is. It's just no, amming. It's just me-ness, I-ness.
Wow. It's just so profound. It's beautiful. Um, and and many teachers tell us that meditation is difficult and requires such mental discipline and concentration. Um, can you tell us in your way, because this is
Yeah.
your way, you've been meditating for 50 years, tell us I mean, there are many ways to get
Yes.
into meditation. Yeah.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know and I'd really like to know, because for me, I can't have any music on. I have to have very quiet. It all
Yeah.
has to be, I can't go do mantras or anything like this. For me, that's still doing. The mind is like, I
Yes.
know that you can concentrate on something first, and then maybe you go into that form of meditation. But
Right.
can you tell us some
Yeah.
forms, and what you do to go into that state?
Right. So yes, there's many forms of meditation, and some do involve concentration. They've got different goals. I mean,
Yes.
if you're trying to develop a particular state of mind, then you may need a particular technique of concentration on something, whatever it is. And so it's not that no meditation requires effort. Some do, some require concentration, some do take a long time to have any results. But what I'm interested in is just everyday meditation for everyday people. And a lot of the practices that are around today that seem so complex are actually monastic practices, which monks do in monasteries and things, Zen monks, Buddhist monks, they do in monastery. My feeling is these aren't appropriate for our everyday life because they take a lot of time, a lot of discipline. So for me, it's just that coming back to, as I said, being here now. And for me, how that happens is when I first sit to meditate, well, the basics are, first of all, sit comfortably. You don't have to sit in a, full yoga posture or anything. It's good to be upright. Good to be upright because you want to be alert, because we're not going to sleep or getting dull. The meditation leads to an alert wakefulness. You're alert. So sit comfortably with the back supported. And then I just take a few deep sighs. And when you just sigh like that, it's just like, You're already beginning to let go of some tension, and you can just feel the body beginning to relax and probably sink into your seat, whatever it is. And it's a sign to the body that everything is okay. I don't need to do anything right now. You're safe. The body's safe, and the mind begins to relax as well. So that's how I go into the meditation, making sure I go in from a more relaxed mode, just letting that sigh relax me. And then it's quite simple. It's just noticing what is now in my experience, because my experience is always in the present moment. As we said, our thoughts take us out. So it's what is my experience right now? I may notice, here I am, there's the pressure of the seat, there's my breathing. But I don't tell people in this practice to focus on the breathing. I mean, that's another technique. But I don't suggest people focus on the breath. You notice it, it's there, there's the breathing. Oh, there's that itch in my eye again, whatever it is. Or there's some, tension in the body. You're just noticing what is there without even labeling it. It's not like, oh, there's an itch. You're just experiencing, oh, there's that. It's just that. And you'll notice lots of different things. Mind, oh, there's that. Oh, I hadn't realized that. And oh, there's the sound of the refrigerator. It's like, fine. It's just another sound. It's another part of the present. So you're just, in a way, allowing yourself to just be interested in what is there in your experience right now. And then, as we said, after a while, probably quite a short while, your mind is off on something else. It's gone off on a thought. And then just that practice I was talking about earlier, just choosing, it's a choice we make. We don't choose what thoughts come in, but we can choose not to follow them. That's where the choice is. When we choose not to follow them, the present reemerges. You don't have to do anything to become present. The thoughts were taking you away from the present. So when you stop following the thought, the present reemerges because you've taken away that which was covering the present. And so this for me is important. You don't do anything to become present. Some people think, I've got to sit down, I've got to become present. How do I become present? It's like, no, you already are present.
That's
Just
right.
stop doing the mental stuff that takes you away from the present moment.
Yeah. And also it's like, as she was talking there, it was really wonderful because, it's like you are aware of the things around you because you're in that alert state. It's not like you're in some trance or anything.
Right.
You close your eyes and it's just a peaceful state. And it's like your five senses slowly, you don't hear the refrigerator anymore.
Right.
Slowly, the deeper the more relaxed and the more calm you become, you don't hear your breath anymore. You don't hear your heartbeat anymore. Slowly, you start to go into that complete place of bliss, that peaceful state, and then you just stay there, and that's the moment that you are meditating then, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if the thoughts come over, then just keep bringing yourself back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you feel just more peaceful and at ease as you sink into the meditation. And so what I advise people to do is see that as part of the present moment as well. I sometimes say we can be so busy meditating, we don't notice where it's taken us. And so it's like, just reflect, particularly, deeper into meditation, near the end of a meditation. How am I feeling now compared to how was I feeling when I started? And if you're feeling some ease, just be interested in that as well, because the feeling of ease is something else that is happening in the present moment. It's another experience. And so you can put your attention there. And usually that just allows you to slip in even deeper. You become to notice the ease, and you notice the inner stillness that's coming, the quietness that's there. And you can just sort of sit, or almost, I say, bathe in it. It's like you might soak in a warm bath. You can just soak in this feeling of
It's so blissful.
Contentment.
It's so beautiful.
And it's so blissful. The word bliss, I mean, it's often the word that's translated as bliss is ananda from Indian teachings.
Satchit Ananda.
Ananda. If you go back and look at the root meaning of ananda, it actually means great contentment. And sometimes people think bliss is like some exotic, out of this world,
No,
ecstatic state. It can happen, but the root meaning is great contentment.
that's
And that's what we
exactly what.
touch.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, exactly it.
that's that's what we touch in meditation. Let's go deep. It's like everything is okay. I'm okay. I don't, and it's like nothing needs to be added. There's nothing. I don't want to do anything. This is so nice. I'm so contented. There's no motivation to do anything or add anything.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah,
And I feel that you know, um, you can take that feeling into every thought, feeling, word, and action in your everyday life.
yes,
That's
yes,
what it's that's what means to be mindful.
yeah,
When you're doing the washing up, when you're waiting at a bus stop, or anything that you're doing, to be mindful, to
yeah.
be in presence, not to be out of the in the I should
Right,
have done that and I should have done
right,
this in the past
right.
or
Yeah.
future, but bringing it back to that presence in it. It's that's, isn't it, bringing that.
Yeah, well, it's that thing. It's with firstly, it's that what we are talking about before. It's like the I am. It's like in the middle of life, as you begin to recognize that I am more in meditation. It's like you can just be in the middle of something. Here I am, the one that is experiencing all this. I remember years ago when I first started exploring this approach. I just broken up in a relationship, and it was like there was a lot of tension there, and it wasn't an easy breakup, but it wasn't bad, but just that there were emotions there, and I was caught up in them. And I remember just sitting down and saying to myself, and this is where the question came, am I not the one that is experiencing all this? And the answer was yes. And as soon as that happened, it went all that emotional stuff just faded away. It's like, am I not the one? Yes, I am the one that's experiencing this. All that emotional stuff is just another experience. And here I am at the center of it all. Yeah. And I also suggest people do what I call mini meditations and micro meditations. And mini meditations are like a couple of minutes when you're stuck in traffic, waiting for the kettle to boil, on the phone on hold, waiting for someone to come, whatever it is. You've got a couple of minutes with nothing to do. What we tend to do is think of something to do, or let me just check my social media. Let me just do that, whatever it is. Instead of that, just take a few deep sighs, deep breaths, and just come back and notice here's the present moment. Here it is. And thoughts may come in. You just have a mini meditation. And you can do that many times in the day where you've got that nothing to do. And then there's what I call micro meditations, which are very short. These are like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, where I like to do these between two tasks. So, you know, so I finished talking to you, and I'm going to go and do something else, whatever it is. I might check a message on the phone or something, or put the kettle on. In those moments where I'm shifting tasks, it's just a pause. And I have various notices around my house just saying pause. And that pause is just a stop. Just stop. And you notice what you're thinking, and you just stop that. You just notice, here's my body. And so just in that 10 seconds, you can just go, here I am. That was the thought that was going on. This was what was happening. Here I am. And you just have that deep relaxation and stepping back. But just, 10 seconds, you can do that numerous times a day.
Yes, that is absolutely beautiful to do that. Just stop. It's like the old saying, stop and smell the flowers, stop and smell the roses.
Yes.
Just bring yourself back into presence.
Yes. Stop
It's
and
such a
notice the present
healing.
moment. Yeah.
Yes, it's
And you can just say stop. You just say pause. And again, it's that choice we're making. We're just choosing to stop, to pause. And here I am again.
yeah, coming out of that stress and that chaos and that flight and fight, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
which is what we're supposed to be. This is who we really
Yes.
are. This is how we're supposed to live. It's
Exactly.
a true way of being.
Yes. And that's why I call it our natural mind. This
Yes.
is how our minds are naturally. They're
Mm.
not stressed out. But they get stressed out occasionally. There's something to get worried about. Yes, we step out of natural mind. And if you're cold, you become upset, you become discontent, and then you put something on, you put the heating on, you put more clothes on, and you feel okay again. You drop back into natural mind. The problem is in our culture, and probably in most cultures, we're so busy doing all other things, we hardly ever drop back into the natural mind. And so I see meditation is allowing us just to come back to that natural state of mind where everything is okay. Because most of the not feeling okay is actually self-created discontent. I
Yes.
say there's real discontent. If you're cold, that's a real discontent. There's something wrong in the world you need to attend to. And that's where the ego mind comes in, very useful. But most of our discontent is stuff we imagine. Or what
Yeah.
if this would happen? Or I'm worried, what if it rains tomorrow? Or
Things that
what if I get.
haven't happened.
Yeah. And I mean, Mark Twain had a beautiful quote on that. Well, he said, "My life has been full of disasters, most of which never happened."
Exactly. We're always worrying.
Yeah,
It's horrible to worry about things that haven't even happened yet or may never
right,
happen. Yeah,
right. And so the worrying covers up that natural mind. Yeah.
that's right.
And it's like, and most of our worry, I think this is, I sometimes call this the sad joke about human beings. Most of our worry, we're so busy worrying or concerned or planning. How can we be happy in the future? It's all about how can we be happy in the future.
That's right.
And the worry is stopping us being happy in the present moment.
Yeah,
It's like it's that's why I put the sad joke. If we just stopped worrying, don't worry, be happy. If we
that's
just
right.
stop, if we just stop worrying, that contentment is there. But we're
Yeah,
so busy being discontent about the future. It's almost comical, but
I
that's where we
know.
get stuck. Yeah,
And when we are in that place of presence, that's when I believe like all the cells in our body are in that homeostasis place of content. They
yeah,
are healing. They're not,
yeah,
they're just in that natural place. That's where, we're just healing ourselves naturally in that place, in that
yeah,
state.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing. Yeah. It's just so amazing. So, um, you say that there is nowhere to get to in meditation.
Right.
Meditation is about achieving, it's not about achieving, well, it is a higher state of consciousness, but it's just a place of being with
Yes.
your true self, with your pure self.
Yes. Yeah. What I mean by there's nowhere to get to is in this particular form of meditation. As I say, there are other practices where you're trying to get to some exalted state or trying to train the mind to do something, whatever it is. In this practice, it comes back to, we're always in the present moment. We are here now. So we're already there. So we're not trying to get somewhere else. We're just trying to take away the things that stop us being here. So we're coming back to where we already are in our natural state. So there is no other place we're trying to get to in this practice.
Yes.
And so because there's nowhere to get to, there's nothing we need to do, because all we need to do, again, I've been saying, is stopping the doing.
Yeah.
You know, and that to me is a profound statement. And I mean, as you know, when you do drop into these quieter states, you realize there really wasn't anywhere to get to, and there really wasn't anything I needed to do. I just had to stop the doing.
Mm.
So that to me is a profound teaching, that there's nowhere to go, nothing to do. Yeah.
Just
And also sometimes to add to that, and no one to be,
yeah,
because
yeah,
your
no.
your ego isn't working. Shouldn't, it comes in meditation, but it's not there. You're not trying to be someone. There's
Mm.
nobody inspecting your mind when you're meditating, judge you. You have to put on a good show in your mind so that people could say, "Oh, she's meditating well."
Yeah.
It's just
No,
there's
there's no judgment. No.
there's no
And
no ego there. Yeah,
no. And can I ask, when you close your eyes and sit, do you is get light coming in, or through, or is it just you're focused in the being? that you don't?
Well, to begin with, I'm not in being when I sit down to meditate.
Mm,
I've got stuff going on, but maybe wound up from something. So when I first sit down, I'm
mm,
not sitting in that complete easeful, restful state. Um, and for me, closing the eyes, I'm not really looking for anything inside that. So I'm more just, as I come back to really how my body feels. The
yes.
point of closing the eyes in
Mm,
meditation. I mean,
mm,
there are techniques where you use open eye meditation. They're more
yeah.
advanced techniques.
Yeah.
But closing the eyes for most people, it takes us away from being stimulated by the physical world. And
Yes.
people say 80% of our mental activity is triggered by what we're seeing.
Yeah.
And so if we close the eyes, we're just taking that input out of the system.
Mm,
And that allows us to be more aware of what we're hearing, what we're feeling in our body, moods, and other things. But for me, no. I mean, I think deeper in meditation,
mm,
I have that sense when I'm quieter in meditation, there is that sense of light, but
yeah.
it's not there. It's not there immediately for me. No.
Yes. 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 That's beautiful. And we talked about so um when disturbing emotions come up,
Yeah.
when they take over us during meditation, how do we let go of them? Because sometimes,
Right.
yeah, that's quite difficult.
Yeah. This is to me as important as what do we do when thoughts come up? What do we do? Because emotions can come up quite easily in meditation because as the mind becomes quieter, things that were just, below the threshold begin to bubble up and you start noticing, oh, I'm really angry at what that person said, or I'm feeling sad about this. They come in. Now, because these sorts of emotions are uncomfortable, and normal reaction is to push them away, put our attention somewhere else, whatever, or even if it's physical discomfort, we don't want to experience them because they're not nice. And it's a very natural reaction. But when you do that, they're still sitting there just below the edge of consciousness, and they're going to come up again and again. So for me, I advocate doing the opposite. It's like, okay, this is part of the present moment. Right now, I am feeling sad. Right now, I'm feeling sad. So let me include that fully as part of the present moment. And there's two aspects of any emotion. There's the story that's going on in your mind, the thoughts you're having, what I'm sad about, etc., or what I'm angry about. But there's also a feeling in the body. And it's interesting we use the word feeling for emotion and for feeling in the body. And so I say, come back, notice what's going on in your body. Not even labeling, just feeling it. Like if you're sad, there may be a sort of, heaviness in the stomach or something, or in the heart, whatever it is. There's something there. It's like, be interested in it. This is part of the present moment. What's it like? Oh, I see it's like that. And there's also this bit here that's associated with it. Oh, there's this. So actually, you're allowing the emotion in rather than blocking it. And nearly, I see most discomforts are actually a call for attention, particularly if you have physical pain. It's like, hey, something going on here, attention, please. And trying to push it away, it's like putting a blanket over a fire alarm when it's ringing because you don't like the sound of the fire alarm. And it's the same thing if you've got some discomfort, whether it's psychological, physical, it's it's a call for attention. And so give it attention. And it's amazing what happens then. I mean, people think, oh, if I give it my attention, it's going to get worse. I mean, I had this years ago. I was on a meditation retreat, silent retreat with 80 people, and I had a sadness come up. And I thought, I can't go there because if I go there, I'm going to start blubbing in this room full of people in silence. It's like, I don't want to go there. But I finally, you know, did. I took the courage. And it's where the phrase I would use now, it was kind of comforting. I didn't burst into tears, but there was a sense of like, there was a comfort in just acknowledging how the sadness felt in the body. Because I'd been pushing it away and resisting it, it wasn't what I thought. And it's like, okay, this is how sadness feels. So that's why I say, do this with any disturbance, like that emotional disturbance, is be willing to try doing the opposite from what you normally do. And that is just be with it. It's part of the present moment. notice what is going on in your body. Because we tend to go to the head. Why am I upset about this person? I'm upset because they said this and this, they said this and that. And that may be true, but that just goes on and on. If you come back to your body, you'll always find it begins to soften and sometimes just dissolve completely. And that's what we don't normally do in our culture. We're so mind orientated. We get to our head, we go to a therapist, we get to understand where this comes from in our childhood, whatever it is. And yet just going to the body, bypassing the head completely, it's almost, I call it some sort of, it's like a psychological metabolism or emotional metabolism. Just going there, it begins to change. The letting go begins to happen naturally. You don't have to do the letting go; it just happens.
Yes, and that's what they say, don't they? Get out of your head.
Yes.
Get out of your head. Like not in the scene of taking a drug, get out of your head, but get out of your head. Stop the thought. And that's what it says in the Bible. Jesus said, take no thought.
Yeah.
Jesus said, take no thought. And then he said, and I can't remember now when he said, but you went out of yourselves. You did not go within. You did not go within. Take no thought. And it's so true.
It is true. And for me, what I'm fascinated by, it's in every religion in one way or another. And what we see is the surface of the teachings. And I think a lot of these teachings, I know in Indian traditions, they're written in like two ways. There's a surface meaning, and then there's a deeper spiritual meaning, which you can unpack.
Yes.
And so that's one of my interests, is like, particularly, because I was raised Christian, and so I'm more familiar with Christian teachings, just looking at things. I mean, like, be still and know that I am God doesn't mean shut up and realize the person who's speaking to you is God, the Almighty creator of heaven and earth. It doesn't mean that. It's like, be still, let the mind be still, come to a state of stillness and recognize, know that that deep sense of the I amness, that I amness is the universal consciousness as it appears in us.
It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
That's just beautiful. It's all about the stillness. Yes, it's absolutely wonderful. And so there is just you have, tell us about the meditation course that you do.
Oh, yes, I have an online course. It's sort of what we've been talking about with other things we haven't spoken about. It's the basic course is five lessons, 5 weekly lessons, which are sent to you by email. And the lessons, they start off, just the basic thing of noticing the present moment. The first lesson is about that and how to deal with thoughts in meditation, etc. And then it goes deeper. I know in the second lesson, I start looking at something which we often overlook. It's like we have thoughts about the meditation. Like I can be meditating, think, oh, this is nice. Oh, this isn't as good as yesterday. Or am I doing it right? Or how long have I got? We take those thoughts about meditation seriously. And they're very insidious that way. It's just another thought. And so just recognizing all these things we don't recognize as thoughts are actually thoughts that are going on. To just let them go as well. And then I look at ways I found of just allowing our inner voice to guide us in meditation. It's like very simple things, like you can just ask of yourself, could my mind be more relaxed? Could my attention be softer? And don't try to answer the question, because we're not getting the mind involved. It's like a seed. We drop the seed into our consciousness and see what happens. And sometimes almost immediately you find your body relaxing more just because you put that seed in. Sometimes nothing happens. Things like that. And including everything in whatever's happening in the present moment, what we talk about, just expanding our awareness of the present to all the things we think we don't notice or we think are getting in the way of the present. They're not. They're all in the present. So those sorts of things. And then there's a few for the further lessons that come out later in the course. But that's basically what the course is. And it's like each lesson consists of me talking for maybe 10 minutes or so about the theme for that particular lesson, what's going on here. And then I lead a guided meditation for about 15 minutes, giving guidance on how to practice that particular theme of the week.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah.
And you can find that on my website. It's just there on my website. It's the same name as the book.
Oh,
in fact,
your website is the same name as the book?
No, not my website. The online course.
Oh.
My website is peterrussell.com, just very straightforward.
Yeah.
But I made that course many years ago, more than 10 years ago, and I always felt like I wanted to write a handbook for the course.
Yes.
But I never did.
Yeah.
And then when this idea came up a couple of years ago to put everything I'd learned about meditation into one book, I realized this is much more than the handbook of the course. I'd started writing a handbook and I'd written the first chapter, and I'd picked that out, looked at it and think, this is where I want to start this book. So the book starts with the first chapter of what was on the online course. And then I've just added in all this other stuff to it. So it's a much more complete, it's everything I have to say really about how to have meditation be easier.
And that's the key, Peter. That's the key. How to meditate without really trying. It's not you don't have to sit there for 8 hours and go on. That's not what it is. It's just that being with yourself in that peaceful present moment.
Right. And it doesn't take years to get there. I mean, time and again, people who do my course or come to my teachings, they go there in the first session.
Yeah.
You drop right in. It's so simple. You're just there in the first. It's like, yes, I see. This is what it's about.
Yeah. And Einstein, he said that his amazing theories came to him when he closed his eyes and went into like a form of meditation. That's what he said. And that I believe that as well. I believe that when we're in that aligned, peaceful place, that's where all things come to us. And then later on we get the idea, and I think that it comes from divine intelligence.
Yes.
Because it can't come in a scattered, fractured mind, a scattered, fractured, being. It can't come in. You have to have that place of stillness for the intelligence to come in.
Yeah. I think we all notice that, when we have our creative ideas, solve a problem or something, it's not when we're focused on something. It's like when we're taking the dog for a walk or standing in the shower or something or whatever, middle of the night. It's when our mind is not focused, when our mind is relaxed. There's a space for this to come through.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Honestly. Well, Peter, you have really, you've educated me so much, and it was so lovely and refreshing to talk to you, because I don't follow any gurus or anything. I've studied with many, I've studied with many gurus and done many courses and everything, and Kundalini Kriya Yoga and everything. But I'm like you now. I just go in. I don't need anything. I just feel it. I just every day. It's like just recharging the battery with that beautiful, peaceful place. And it's so really wonderful that you are helping people, realize that meditation is so easy. It doesn't have to be this difficult.
I know. And like so many people come to meditation thinking it's difficult, going to take years of practice and effort. It's like, please let go of all that. That's not necessary at all.
Yes.
People like to complexify things.
No.
It's not in meditation, it doesn't work.
No. Just be with thyself in peace. That's it. Yeah. Oh, Peter, honestly, thank you so much for all of your wonderful wisdom. And thank you for, meditating for all these years and gathering it all and giving us the, simple, natural way to meditate. So thank you for being on the Great Awakening Show.
And thank you for letting me talk about it. Thank you. And for all, everything.
Lovely, lovely. Oh, Peter, that was absolutely amazing.
Great. Yes, loved
It
it.
was so good. And thank you so much. You know, it was it's profound. It's profound, and it's very important for people to read your book so that they understand that anyone can do it. You know, everyone
Yes.
should be doing it.
Everyone can and everyone should. Absolutely.
Yes, they should have it in schools. They should have it in universities everywhere. It'd be a
Yeah.
more peaceful world if we had it everywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. So thank you very much and bless you. And thank
And
you for
blessings for you too. Thank you for
lovely,
your work. Thank you.
love.